Hi, I'm John Blade Sorcery. We have a lot of content to go over based on what they revealed just a couple hours ago, including an all-new weapon type, a rubbable genie lamp, and, believe it or not, 10 sandbox maps. In my last video, I correctly predicted when we'd hear more about the next Blade Sorcery update, but what I didn't expect was just how much more content would be announced. Last month, another Blade Sorcery update was revealed, called, this. And I'll only be covering new news today, so if you need more context, you can watch my last video in the pinned comment. As expected, we have the weapon from the armor concept art, a scimitar. We only got one picture of it, and it isn't super clear, but we can expect it to look pretty similar to the art that preceded its reveal. I really liked curved swords, which is all there is to say about this one. Next up we have the special dagger. Sticking with the theme of adding dual-sided weapons in the BF updates, it's basically normal and reverse grip at the same time, so I plan on getting up to combo shenanigans with it personally. Like the others, I imagine you can likely imbue both sides separately. And then, a first for modern updates as a whole, a new shield. It has a damaging spike on the front and cutout sections on the sides for easier handling of your primary weapon. Unfortunately, with the way the game's AI works, they will probably mostly be walking into it, but cool regardless. We're also getting a sequel to the double-sided spear, the dual-bladed staff. It has curved blades on both ends, which can of course be imbued separately. Some guy somewhere can finally live out his Thanos roleplay fantasy, but to me it just looks a bit unwieldy. Finally, for normal weapons, we have confirmation on the wrist blade becoming fully retractable, with another nice gift to look at. Then, this is kind of crazy, crystal bombs? We get to see fire, electricity, and gravity bombs all with special effects that you can see here on screen. I'm not one for consumables, so I don't know if I'll use these, but comment how you feel about them, I'm curious. I would say the most interesting thing about these is they seem like they might have properties that could be easily added to other weapons, such as homing, proximity trigger, or impact trigger. We also get a great look at the armor that was teased in concept art last month, and I just know I'm going to go for that chest plate. Just look at it. Although the spike from the shoulder was cut, I kind of see that as a win. I don't honestly really like big protrudy bits of armor. As always, the next faction will be available to fight in Sandbox or Crystal Hunt with their armor. The Baron says they're about medium difficulty, if that means anything to you. One of the best parts, we got way more footage of the new map today. I'd say it's shaping up to be even my new favorite. It doesn't seem cramped the way the other faction maps have been so far, and with so much verticality and so few stairs for NPCs to get stuck on, this might just be the best map we've ever gotten. Not to mention the ballistae, which is apparently the plural of ballista, which are scattered around the whole map, and also apparently adjust to your player height. And then a new detail, manually activated traps in the environment, such as this horrifying saw contraption, which is good for, and I quote, dismembering them easily. And then, another massive announcement. The 10 best Crystal Hunt arenas will now be available as sandbox maps, including a particular few you've likely never seen before. The Baron notes that while many of you have likely played the standard half of these, the Dalgarian half is a lot rarer to find in Crystal Hunt, and a lot of us may be seeing them for the first time. I have personally not beaten Crystal Hunt because the game's design doesn't work in a campaign setting and the balancing is abysmal. But that means I'm very glad to finally play these maps, which will be available in 2 new tabs of the world book, which I also kind of hate. Why are there so many tabs? Why do most of them only have one map? And ultimately, they're of course adding a brand new music track for the new map, which you've already been listening to this entire video, so I've saved us some time here. Honestly, I think it kinda goes crazy. It's giving Electric Skylanders and I'm absolutely here for it. But then we get one last teaser, a gif of the player rubbing a lamp and smoke beginning to appear. If I have to guess, I imagine this will be some kind of secret tied to the new map and maybe a new achievement, possibly with some kind of guest voice actor. No way to tell for now. I expect we'll hear more when they announce the release date, which will likely be in the first half of July, with the update probably following just a few days later. But what do you think of the announcement so far? Let me know in the comments. I think this is an insane level of quality content to keep spoon-feeding us after they considered the game complete, especially for free. Which reminds me of the value you can get from Humble Bundle. No, I'm joking. I hesitate to even call these updates when they're more like entirely free DLC releases, but I just hope it's actually still the Skeleton Crew doing this, and not resources that are being taken away from their next game, which I have absurdly high hopes for. Also, for the 10% of you still here, we make tons of videos on VR stuff, while usually trying to be funny. I also stream at entirely random times and days, so if you want to hear about that, you'll need notifications on. I only need about 1,000 more watch hours to start accepting bribe money, so make sure to watch all of my videos bi-weekly in consecutive order, unless you aren't a true fan. Also, Humble Bundle, please sponsor me, bye-bye.